Premier François Legault has testified before the inquiry looking into the SAAQclic scandal, saying what happened was unacceptable. The Commission is looking into the disastrous launch of the Automobile Insurance Board's online platform in 2023, which was plagued with problems and over budget by $500 million. Legault testified he wasn't aware of any cost overruns until they were made public in an Auditor General's report last February.
Que je trouve pas normal, parce que qu'on apprenne aussi tard, que j'apprenne aussi tard qu'il y aurait un dépassement de 500 millions, c'est quand même pas rien, 500 millions, là.
So who is responsible? Legault tried to spread out the blame a little, starting with his own cabinet. Although he says he wasn't aware, the inquiry has heard that his transport ministers, first François Legault and then Geneviève Guilbeault, were aware of at least some of the cost overruns well before last February.
Je pense que les ministres auraient dû poser plus de questions.
But Legault says his ministers didn't have all the information, and so they weren't aware of the full depth of the cost overruns before last February.
Pour moi, l'essentiel du problème vient des dirigeants de la SAAQ.
Legault said the SAAQ failed to communicate the scope of the problems and the cost overruns, and that he should have been informed earlier. Legault also suggested that the previous Liberal government, which signed the initial contract, should share some of the blame.
Le contrat a été mal négocié, puis qu'on ait pris la SAAQ à payer tous les dépassements.
Opposition parties aren't buying any of it. They find it hard to believe the Premier wasn't aware of any of the cost overruns before last February. Liberal leader Pablo Rodriguez says at the very least, Legault should fire Bonnardel and Guilbeault immediately.
His ministers knew nothing. They heard nothing. They have no idea about nothing. He didn't hear anything. He didn't see anything. So who's running Quebec at this moment? I'm very worried.
Those ministers will likely be moved out of their current portfolios in an expected cabinet shuffle later this month. And Legault insists once he has the Commission's final report, there will be consequences for those responsible for the SAAQclic fiasco. As to whether there'll be any consequences for him, that depends on how credible voters found his testimony today.